everyone's encountered, right? Now, starting off with number one. Trying to suck your own dick, right? Now, stay with me for a moment. Don't tell me for a second. No, there's no hold on. There's no hold on. Right? True. Mischief King, we've all tried it, right? No, eyes, I'm not jacking you. We've all tried it at some point. You've tried to see, even if you were just texting the flexibility, right? Even if you couched it as something else, you've tried it. That's canon event number one, okay? And you're not going to talk me out of it. Canon event number two, searching up phone size. It's right on par, right? Now, you can't tell me this isn't facts. We've all done it at some point. There's no way that you haven't done it. I'll make this a little bit smaller, actually. You can't tell me that you haven't done it. We've all done it at some point, searching up your phone size. If you didn't just go straight to the ruler, right? A lot of us just go straight to the ruler. You know what I mean? I know I did. I grew up in an educated household. I went straight to the ruler. Shouldn't me? With that being said, let's move into number three. YouTube kissing pranks. Now, I don't know how old y'all are. I don't know if these were like out of style by the time y'all came through, but the YouTube kissing pranks used to carry. Are you kidding me? The YouTube kissing pranks were like that was like immediate post-goon stage. You were in the YouTube kissing pranks, right? And I'm not gonna lie, right? Like who was it? It was like Vitali. There was another dude, like Matcha. Nah, yeah, we were all hooked to kissing pranks. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Number three, living out your dream through YouTube or a YouTube montage reenactment. Now, this is on a realer tip, right? You can't sit here and tell me that you've never caught that 3 a.m. motivation, right? And you weren't like reliving your life. So this is two, right? Once you see something like, you see those dudes like DDG when he was on his come up and stuff like that, living their life through. I'm 4 for 4. Thank you. I told you. Every person, every boy. I was telling Auntie about this earlier. She was like, really? You think every? Yes. Seeing a bit that makes you realize you gotta get rich. We've all been there, right? At whatever age it happened. You've seen, there's come a point in your life, it could have been on your For You page, it could have been on, somewhere, but you don't even think like, damn, she's bad. The only thought that comes to your mind is, I gotta get rich, that's it. Like, damn, I gotta come up. Let's move on, right? 5 for 5, I know. Happened yesterday, yup. Like, you don't even think nothing else, you don't even think, damn, she's bad, can it jiggle? You just think, damn, I gotta get rich. Let's keep it pushing. Trying to bring a high school relationship to college. Now, for those of y'all that are still in high school, I hope that you don't have to encounter this, right? But I feel like anyone who's made the transition, Voster 5 for 6, that's okay. Never been in a relationship, still in high school, yeah, that's okay. I know I would lose some people here, but for those of the people that get it, that have tried to bring a high school relationship to college or going to college with like some shit that you had going on, this is a canon event because you enter the situation with the utmost hope and just faith that it will work out. And it's normally inside of like 2 weeks, I'm not gonna lie, that it just comes to an end. I'm gonna keep it 100. Moving on. Getting cheated on, right? It wouldn't be a canon event list without this happening. And it might have not been an outright cheat. You know what I mean? It might not have been an outright cheat. It might have just been some fine shit that you thought you had or your first ever shit. Jacob 7 for 7? See, that's why I rock with you, Jacob. Listen. Even if it wasn't, you didn't blatantly like in a relationship and get cheated on, we've all gotten cheated on emotionally. Because listen, I'm the type of guy, and you can tell me if this is real, right? I'm like, you can cheat on me before you even get with me for real. I'm like, you've been with somebody else? You cheated on me before we were together? Yeah, we've all been done dirty at some point in some fashion. Falling for a bop. Somebody said this in the Discord earlier. It would not be a canon event list if you didn't fall for a bop at some point in your life. Fumbling your first bad bit. Now listen, right? I'm not gonna lie at all to you one bit. I've lost distant family members that didn't hurt as bad. You know what I mean? At the time, obviously, it's all subjective now, because you know what I mean? I'm very happy. I wouldn't trade what I got now for the world. But subjectively, right? The pain that I felt, like this will have you, I'm serious, like not wanting to sleep, not wanting to eat, not even wanting, listen, this is not ridiculous. A canon event of this magnitude will not even want to have you beating your shit. It will not even want to have you choking a chicken, okay? You'll be that down bad, like you're just like, there's no point. Let's keep it pushing. Fumbling your first 8 out of 10 with a great personality, right? You know what I mean? This is right behind. Now listen, this is all subjective, right? Obviously, I'm very happy with what I have now. If I could have just kicked them all to the side and just went straight to Auntie, that's what I would have did. But this is arguably, I'm not gonna lie, I might not wish this upon my worst enemy. I might wish fumbling a bad bitch upon my worst enemy, but fumbling an 8 out of 10 with a great personality, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Let's keep it pushing. Sitting alone at lunch, right? Now, you can't tell me that at some point, because I'm gonna be honest, if you're somebody who can't relate to this, I can't be friends with you, honestly, on a personal level. Because even if you're, somebody's 10 out of 10, oh my gosh. 11 out of 11. Listen, Jacob, I'm trying to tell you, like, if you have never in your life sat alone at lunch and you've just been somebody who's always been in the circles, I can't be friends with you because I feel like that goes against the male aura. First time drinking off the gas, I'm not going to spend too much time on this one. It's just, if you haven't done it, I applaud you. I don't really do it much anymore. I used to be off the gas. I'll show you all some of the Snapchat memories earlier. I used to be a straight fiend. Keep it pushing. Being liked by Chop Shit. This is a canon event because it's the day that you take the training wheels off, right? Being liked by Chop Shit is the day that you take your training wheels off, and you arguably, this is on par with the day that you rub one out in terms of becoming a man. 13 for 13? Yeah. Listen, being liked by Chop Shit, it gives you a level of confidence. You honestly feel like you could walk up and backhand the president. I'm not gonna lie to you. You feel like that dude, okay? You feel like you could walk up and tell your teacher, I'm not doing that shit. Finding out WWE was fake, we don't gotta spend too much time on it. It's just, if you were like that back in the day, if you watched WWE, the day you found out it was fake, couldn't look at the world the same. I didn't trust shit for like a year. That one middle school trip, obviously, we've all had that one trip in middle school. Mine personally, one of my friends at the time, or one of my acquaintances at the time, it was just a crazy trip, you know what I mean? He got on a high school bus, he was getting necked up, ridiculous work. First time gooning, first girls kissing YouTube search. First time you ever Google searched girls kissing in bra. You're a different man after that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie at all. You cannot be the same. The bed/couch method, I don't know. Ali, you're 60 for 60 with Jacob. That is crazy. Post-relationship clarity. It was so bad. Now, for those of y'all that know, I feel like everybody has experienced this. Every man in this chat is old enough to realize and understand this. It's like post-nut clarity, except you realize, like, you really look back on it and you're like, what was I thinking? And you say that and you're like, yeah, okay, obviously. But you actually question your decision-making. You're like, it wasn't that good. It wasn't that tough. It wasn't good for me. It wasn't this. It wasn't that. And you genuinely realize, like, what were you thinking? Anyways, let's keep it pushing. Next is realizing you're not going pro in your sport. Now, for those of y'all that could go pro and did go pro in your sport, or that could and chose not to, right? For those of y'all that don't know, I run track and field, right? And I also jump in track and field. I don't run a 100-meter dash, right? You know what I mean? I'm a triple jumper. So, with that being said, I think one day I might have been sophomore in college, maybe it was freshman year in college. I was like, how much, I looked it up real quick. I was like, how much do professional triple jumpers make? You know what I mean? The best in the world. I'm seeing the best in the world, in the entire world, are like between 80 and 120K. I'm like, damn, couldn't look at it the same. Falling out with your friend group. Now, this don't have to mean falling out with everybody. I just want you to think of those prime days when the friend group was top tier. And then it's just not the same after that. You know what I mean? It's just not the same. It don't gotta be because nobody did nothing. Don't gotta be because, somebody did you wrong or somebody got weird. Mine personally, the last friend group falling out that I can recall, it was a forced dissolution, because if it didn't dissolve, somebody was gonna go to jail. Now me, I was chilling, right? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be completely honest. I always stayed on my P's and Q's. But when they roll up and they're coming to scoop people up, they're scooping everybody. They're not asking no questions. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest. It wasn't on no crazy timing. We had a volume issue, if you're catching my drift. Let's keep it pushing. The game not doing it for you. Listen, I'm gonna be honest, chat. This happened to me back in 2022, right? When, even if you've come back on the game, I've since come back on the game, I still run Rocket League to this day. You know what I mean? If any of y'all run Rocket League, we could run it sometimes. I don't run it that often, but it's just when a game is just not doing it for you. You know what I mean? It's just when a game is just not doing it for you. Next one, first all-nighter. This is pretty much obvious. You know what I mean? First all-nighter. It's a Canada event for everybody. Don't gotta spend too much time on it. First time. I meant to say first time your pockets. First time your pockets messed up. But I'm talking about, like, maybe when you're in high school, maybe when you're, like, late in middle school. The first time you maybe, like, I'm gonna keep it a stack for y'all. Like, maybe even the first time you touch a couple hundred, right? You know what I mean? Like, when you're back in the day, right? When you fall off after that, and you got no bones to your name, no personal funds, your pockets they got dust bunnies, you're not the same man after that. You don't look at the shit the same after that. Let's keep it pushing. Let me move this down for y'all, so to make it easy. First time in a flow state, I'm gonna be honest, no matter what it is, whether you're on a game, whether you're in your sport, you know what I mean, whether you're in it with the female gender, you know what I mean, whether you like that with the girls, the first time in a flow state, you're not the same. I think we got a couple more. Freshman year, whether it's college, whether it's high school, freshman year. I think this was it. Yeah, at first, touching your first band. Now, I'm gonna be honest, chat. I don't remember how old I was, but touching your first band, the first time you see 4 digits to your name, and you're like, you're liquid a band, the first time in your life that you're ever liquid a band, I'm gonna be honest, you're not the same after it. You are not the same after the first time you touch a band. Listen, I tried. I think this was a W list. I'm not gonna lie. I think this was a W list.